The views and opinions expressed in the DILLIGAF podcast are those of the host alone and are not intended to express those of any other person, business, or entity. The DILLIGAF podcast is for entertainment only. These are my opinions and should not be interpreted as facts or advice. Think for yourself.
Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah. I think that we've all had enough.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the DILLIGAF podcast, talking about anything and everything that interests me. If it makes me think, laugh, cry, scream, rage, or say what the fuck, you're going to hear about it. My name's Tom. I am your host. I want to thank everybody for watching or listening on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast from. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share, rate, comment. All that stuff helps out the show. Make sure you're following on social media on all platforms. You can find the show at DILLIGAF_pod. And also, if you ever wanted to shoot me an email, it's dilligafpod@gmail.com. So got another interesting topic for today. Today we're going to be talking about human nature. And I'm when I say human nature, I'm talking about things that are basically just ingrained in our DNA, qualities that we have from birth. Nobody has to teach us these things. They just are. They're part of who we are as people, as humans. So, let's get into it. I've got basically three things. I'm not saying these are the only things that are just ingrained in us, but these are the main three. These are the three things that, I guess, the three predominant things about people, that it's just in our nature. And I'm not saying that any of these things are inherently good or bad. They just are. It's just the way it is, just just the way that we are as people, as humans. And there's going to be people who don't like some of these things. I mean, like, oh, I'm not like that. Yeah, you are. And again, this is my opinion. This is not some scientific study. This is just my opinion based on my life experience and my observations of people at all stages of life. These are qualities, like I said, that are ingrained in our DNA, and it's just who we are. Number one, human beings are nosy. Just a fact. Human beings are nosy. They want to know the who, what, where, when, how, and why of everything. You know, like it, I'll use technology as an example. You know, people want to know how stuff works. They want to take it apart and see all the different pieces and figure out how it works. Some to a lesser degree than others, but you want to know, you want reasons, you want explanations, you know, even sometimes when you're not entitled to them in certain situations. But yeah, we want to know. We're curious. You know, people would call it curiosity or being inquisitive. You know, those are, same thing. You're nosy. You want to know everything. You want to know, like I said, with technology, the people that want to take everything apart and learn how it works. Well, those are the people that go on to become engineers or, tech people, whatever. Other people have those kind of curiosities about the human body, and those are the people that go on to become doctors and all that kind of stuff. So there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, I use the word nosy because I find it funny, but it's in our nature. We're nosy, we're curious, we're inquisitive. We want to know how everything works, why things happen, why things work the way they do, whether it's technology or people or animals or nature. We want to know. We're nosy. That's part of being human. You look at look at babies, infants. So curious because everything around them is brand new, so they want to touch everything. They want to, even stuff that they shouldn't touch, like a hot stove or something like that. They want to know. So that's just something that is ingrained in us, whether you like it or not. You're nosy. Okay. As we grow into adulthood, we learn when it is and is not okay to indulge that curious nature, because there are certain situations you shouldn't be sticking your nose into, and some adults haven't figured that out. Let's be real. They think they should know everything about everything. But yeah, that's number one, human nature. We're nosy, all of us, without exception. Number two, human beings are lazy. And again, I'm not saying any of these are inherently good or bad, they just are. Human beings are lazy. We want to do things the easiest possible way with the least amount of effort. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'll use myself as an example. In my regular job, I work in accounting, and I'm constantly trying to find ways to get my job done in the least amount of steps, because some of the stuff that I do is very heavily detailed and can be very time consuming. So I'm always trying to find ways to make it easier on myself to save time so that I can get more done. And whether that is, writing a macro in Excel to format my spreadsheets faster, or finding a new way to a new formula to use to calculate things so I'm not doing so much manual work. And some people call it being efficient. It's lazy. It's being lazy. Come on. You're trying to you're trying to get things done as easy as possible with the least amount of effort. And a lot of people will argue this point to their death, especially like older generations. They complain so much about how much easier the younger generations have it. Well, isn't that the point? Isn't that the point of like the older generation? I mean, I'll put myself in that category. We want the younger generation, our children, to have life easier than we had it. That should be the goal of any parent. But then they complain, oh, you all have it so easy and blah blah blah. Well, it sounds to me like you're pissed off because that these people don't have to struggle the same way you did. Struggle doesn't build character. It just makes you fucking tired. Okay. And bitter, obviously. But yeah, I mean, we want to get things done the easiest, fastest possible way with the least amount of effort. And that's just, again, human nature. People are going to deny it. Oh no, I work hard. I'm sure you do work hard. But if you could find a way to condense 2 hours of work into 1 hour and still get the same result without sacrificing quality or anything like that, you're going to tell me you wouldn't do it? Bullshit. Anybody would. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying humans are lazy. We're always looking for easier, faster, more efficient ways to do things. And that's in any walk of life. And again, I'll use an example with children. Children can be some of the most innovative people on earth. They will find ways to do things that we as adults never would have considered. And anybody who's a parent will tell you that. I can't think of a specific example, but kids will find the easiest way to do things. Sometimes they'll find the hardest way, but that's again, everything around them is new. They're learning, they're figuring out what works and what doesn't work. you know if they're trying to climb out of their crib or something, well, they're gonna try standing on different stuff, and they're gonna figure out at some point, don't stand on a toy that has wheels on it. Because it's not gonna work out well. But they're going to find the easiest, most efficient way to do it. And same thing as adults. Like I said, if you can find a way to get 2 hours of work done in 1 hour without sacrificing quality, you're going to do it. That's, again, it's human nature. We're lazy. Fact of life, guys. And number three, this is one that people are going to probably not like so much, a lot of people, but again, it is what it is. Human beings are selfish. We are selfish creatures. And again, I'm going to use an example of kids, babies, infants. They have no, like I said, everything around them is new. They have no concept of, anything going on around them. All they know is me. I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm scared, I'm hurt, they don't care what you have going on. They don't care what you're doing at the moment. Their mentality is, I need something and I want it now. Period. Concepts like sympathy, empathy, kindness, compassion, respect, manners, politeness, courtesy, patience, all of these things are learned. And dealing with adults, some learn better than others. And some seems like they never learned at all. But all of those qualities are learned, hopefully from parents or whoever raises the kid. But all of us at our core are selfish. Self-preservation. We need to eat. We need food. We need water. We need shelter. Though those are primary things for any person. And there are rare occurrences where someone will uh how can I put it, where that selfish quality is overridden by the desire to help other people. And you see that in like first responders, people who will run into a burning building to save another person. They're overriding that selfish characteristic. But again, that's rare. It's a very special breed of person that will do that. Because a lot of people, yes, you'll do things for other people because you genuinely care, you genuinely want to help them, but also it makes you feel good. So there's still that little bit of selfishness in there. It makes you feel good to help other people. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. Again, none of this stuff is inherently good or bad. It just is. Again, it's human nature. It's ingrained in our DNA. We're selfish beings. Whether we're talking about self-preservation, the survival instinct, fight or flight, you know, um, like another time that selfish characteristic will be overridden. It's like a parent protecting their child. Yes, I'm going to protect my child at my own peril if necessary. But again, those are very specific situations. I'm talking generally. We, you know, uh, just the fact of having a job, is selfish. You need to earn money to survive, to get that food and shelter and things like that. And yeah, you're doing the work for the company or for somebody else, but it's ultimately for yourself. And that, again, not a bad thing. Because there is the school of thought, like, you should put yourself first, because if you're not happy, healthy, all this kind of stuff, you're no good to anybody else. And I believe that for the most part. You need to put yourself first in order to be able to help other people or do things for other people. And I'll take it another step, because some people would also say, the need to reproduce is another thing that's innate in human beings. I file that under the category of selfishness, because that's the point of reproducing, is to, basically it's a way of perpetuating yourself. It's a way of, ensuring you're going to live on beyond your own years, by reproducing, by having children. So that's a selfish thing too. So that, falls under that category. And anybody who sits there and says, I am not selfish and I do all kinds of things for other people, hey, that's great. you're still selfish. You have to be. You have to be selfish on some level in order to survive. It's just the fact of life. It's just the way it is. Again, you have to put yourself first. Again, it's not a bad thing. Now, if that's all you do and it's like fuck everybody else, me, give me everything and all this kind of stuff, yeah, that's horrible and you're a terrible person. But I'm just talking general everyday, like I said, food, shelter, clothing. That's necessity. That you have to think of yourself when it comes to those things. So that yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this week. I know it kind of a brief episode, but yeah, like I said, human nature. I'm not sure why this occurred to me to talk about right now. It just I think about weird shit sometimes, okay? But yeah, those three qualities, and there may be more, that may be something I overlooked, but I think those three pretty much encompass every human being walking the planet. So everything we do stems from those three instincts, I'll call them, because like I said, they're ingrained in us from birth. We are nosy, we are lazy, and we are selfish. And I'll say it again, none of these things is inherently good or bad. It's how they present themselves, how you present them, how you act upon them, that determines if it's good or bad. But in and of themselves, they're not good or bad. They just are. And it's just our nature as humans. So let me know what you guys think. Drop me some comments. Let me know, what you think. Did I miss anything? Should there be more? But I think these three pretty much encompass, like I said, everything. So let me know what you guys think. Drop me some comments, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email. Let me know what you guys think about human nature. Is there anything else that you think is ingrained in us from birth, or do you disagree with me? I'd love to hear an opposing opinion as to why any of these things are not true. So let me know. Hit me up. Tell me something. But for right now, I'm going to say thank you again to everybody for watching, listening on Spotify or YouTube or wherever you get your podcast from. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, comment, rate, share, all that kind of stuff. Really helps out the show. Follow on social media. It's at DILLIGAF_pod on all social media platforms. And if you ever want to shoot me an email, it's dilligafpod@gmail.com. And as always, if anyone has any issues with anything that I have said here today, ask yourself one question. Do I look like I give a fuck? 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.